Hey everybody, I'm Verna from Stampin' Notes. Welcome to my studio tonight. I have some beautiful cards to share with you, created with the, sorry, I'm trying to get my wiring correct here, created with a Dainty Delights bundle. So anyways, it is Wednesday, August 17th, 2023, and I have 4 beautiful cards to share with you. And the reason I've chosen the Dainty Delight bundle is because this is one of the bundles that is carrying over to the new catalog, and you can save 10% on it right now if you buy it right now. Once the new catalog goes live on May 4th or May 2nd, 2023, you will no longer be able to get the bundled savings, which is 10%. So if you're interested in this bundle and you don't have it, now is the time to pick it up. And you will save 10% on it. Also, these cards that I'm creating tonight, you can get the kits for these free, 2 each of the 4 different cards, so that would be 8 different kits. And you would also get the PDF tutorial, and all you have to do is place an order in my online store this week of $35 or more before tax and shipping. And this is the host code you would use at checkout, 6KJ29DRN. I will also put a link to that in the comments below after my live, and so that you can just click on that, and this link will have the host code already embedded in it. And you can just click on that. You don't have to worry about putting the host code in. It'll already be there. That's for an order of $35 or more. If your order is $50 or more, I will also include a package of the beautiful Pastel Adhesive-Backed sequins, and I will be using these on some of the cards tonight. For the card kits, I will assume that you have the Dainty Delight dies, and so I will not be die cutting anything that's die cut with those dies, but anything that isn't in the set, and I will let you know, like the tags I'm using tonight, they will already be pre-die cut for you. And your cardstock and your designer series paper will already be pre-cut, measured and pre-cut for you. So your kits will basically be ready for you to put together. So this is a beautiful kit, a beautiful bundle, and I'm going to show you this bundle. It's this one right here, the Dainty Delight. Has some beautiful sentiments with this set. Hey, Margaret. Thank you for sharing, Margaret. And the dies are just beautiful. They have a lot of detail to them. Different flowers, flower blooms. We're going to be using a lot of these tonight. And there's this you could make a wreath with if you die cut 2 of them. So right now is the time to grab this to save the 10% on the bundle. And also, what's really cool this week is I just found out Stampin' Up is offering free shipping on orders of $75 or more Wednesday, April 19th, which is just 2 days from now. So if you ordered Wednesday, and you would get the free shipping, plus if you order with me, you would get the kits with the $35 order, or the kits and the gems with a $50 order. So I wanted to let you know about that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. Also, if you comment and share tonight, you will be put into a drawing for a package of gems. And last week's winner is Ann Bellinger, and thank you for participating last week. And I will be sending out some gems to you this week. So this is the first card we're going to do, and this card has a few different die cuts in it. There's a butterfly die. It has these little petals are from the Dainty Delight dies, and we're going to die cut those. And the stylish shapes, these are from the stylish shapes dies here. We're going to start with a card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and this is fresh freesia. Now this is one of the in colors that should be retiring this year, but actually this one is not. This one is carrying over into our new core colors in the catalog. So that's really cool. I love this color. It's a really popular color. So we also with this have a piece of designer series paper from the Dainty Delight designer series paper. It's that beautiful paper with the flowers, and I still have quite a bit of this, so you will get this in your kit if you order with me. And we're going to use this side that has kind of the watercolor look going on. And I'm going to bring in some rich raspberry, and this is a retiring color, one of the core colors that is retiring. And we're going to stamp a floral image on that. I'm going to move that out of there. Set my paper aside here. So I've got my image that I'm going to use here, and I'm going to ink it up on the rich raspberry ink pad. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it directly on my cardstock or designer series paper. Just like this. And I'm stamping over where it's a little bit lighter on this side. Oh, you know what? I've got the wrong image. Okay. I meant to use the bigger image. And we're going to just go with it. And I'm actually going to make this a little longer. I'm going to take my piece of, let me find a scrap piece here. I'll use a Post-it. We'll still make this work. All right, and I'm just going to cover this bottom part here. I'm going to ink this up again. And I want some of this to go up a little bit higher here. Let's see if we go like this, what it's going to look like. It's a little bit messy right there, but I think we can fix it with some blossoms. And so this is, what I used for the first one was the larger stamp. The larger stamp is this one right here. Okay, so that's okay. I'm going to make this work. I have some die cut some of the tiny little flowers, and I'm going to bring them in. And I've die cut the little flowers from fresh freesia. And I don't know if you can see, there's some little markings on, like where the center of the flower is there. On all of them. I'm going to just bring my sponge dauber in. And I'm just going to go around the edges of these a little bit. Just like that. And this is fresh freesia cardstock, and I'm using rich raspberry ink, which is retiring. I look to see if any of the paper, the cardstock is left, and it isn't. I'm not sure on the ink if it would be left or not. But you could always use a different color, like a Highland Heather or grape, or even a light blue on the edges of that. Okay, so we have our little flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one here on this. Actually, I think I'll put the larger one down low. And I'm going to grab my liquid glue. And this is the same as Stampin' Up's multi-purpose liquid glue. This is just in a different bottle because I like the fine tip better than the, it's a little more controlled and not as, doesn't come out as fast and isn't large of a pool as you get when you use the regular glue bottle. There we go. All right, so this is larger blossom. I'm going to put here down low, like that. And I'm going to take dimensional. I'm going to take one off the side here. So it's like half the size of a regular dimensional. I'm going to put it on the back of this smaller one. Pop it on there like that. We've gone from 80-degree weather to like in the 40s or 50s, and we're going to pop this one right there. So it's supposed to get down to 45 tonight, which is pretty chilly. This one I don't think I'll use, but this other smaller one I will. We're going to put this one maybe over here like that. And let's see if this would look okay up here. Yeah, it might. Okay, let's put this one up there. Okay, so I'm going to come in with a little bit of Wink of Stella, which is a glitter brush. This is a clear glitter. And I'm just going to put it over these little blossoms right here. And sometimes if you do this with your Wink of Stella, it's going to pick up some of that ink. I might spread it around a little bit like it did right there. Then you just brush it off so it's clean when you go to use it again. Yeah, I don't know, Margaret. Okay, so now we've got a little banner. Actually, I'm going to layer this on my cardstock. And I have a piece of rich raspberry here. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I'm just going to layer this on the rich raspberry. We got all these pretty colors on the back here. Okay, so it's going to have just a little bit of an edge around, all the way around there. All right, and then this is going to go on our card base. Just like this, we're going to center that. All right, so I have a die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. This is the little banner that's going to go on the card, and we're going to pop that on with dimensionals. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to grab them, pick them up, and layer them on the back. And then you can use it to take off the backings just like that. Whoops. Okay, and this is going to go down at the bottom here over our little blossom, our little stems. You could even put like, I might put some little gems in there. That would be kind of pretty. So, I just found a die that I'm not sure what it belongs to. That's always interesting. All right, I have a tiny circle from the Stylish Shapes dies, and we're going to stamp our sentiment on that, and it says, "The best is yet to come." And again, I'm stamping this in Rich Raspberry. I like Rich Raspberry. I wish it wasn't retiring. But oh well. All right, so now I'm going to adhere that to the banner. But before I do, I'm going to use a piece of twine, and we're going to use a piece of this gold. This is one of the online only products. It comes a pack of gold and a pack of silver 1/8 inch twine, and it's got like a border on each side. Trim. It's trim. And I had the package with the name of it over here. Let me see what it is. Okay, so gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. So I'm going to cut off just a little piece of this gold, probably about 5 or 6 inches you'll want. And I'm going to just run a little bit of tape right there. Here's my tape, my Seal Plus. You just want a little bit to hold it in place. You want the loop on this end, and then your tails coming out here. And we're going to take our little circle that we stamped, and this is going to go right here. The best is yet to come. I want that to sit more like that. And I think I'll put dimensionals on the back of this too. I know, I love that color too. If you're on here, and just say hi, let me know you're here. Wednesday in Inking Joy Stampers, I'm gonna post a color challenge. We're gonna do a weekly color challenge. I thought that would be fun. It wouldn't be anything like really terribly difficult, and we could share different cards that way. Thought that would be fun. And then this little butterfly, where is in Fresh Freesia, and we're going to pop him on there about like that. Okay, and let's grab some gems. So I've got these are the Pastel Adhesive-Backed Gems. And first I'm going to put some little gems on the butterfly. And these are the champagne rhinestones. I really like these. I think these are retiring. But you can use them for so many different things. Get down there. Come on. Okay. Then we'll put these up here. one up there. And I think it'd be cute to have some little gems on the flowers, I think. Let's try. Can't get that bigger one. Yeah, I'll just put some on the 2 lower ones. So there's our card number 1. And you could color in these little buds if you wanted to, but it's pretty just like that. So for the inside of this one that I did, I just stamped an image on the inside cardstock, and then you could use it for different occasions, a birthday or graduation, anything like that. All right, so let's go on to the next card. The next one has features a lot of pink. So we're going to start actually with 8.5 by 5.5 of Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to fold that in half, or you could score it at 4 1/4. Mine seem to lay flatter if I fold them and then score them. I'm not sure why. All right, and we have a piece of basic white that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that is going to go on our card base. About like that. And then I have a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4 that is embossed with the time-worn type. And I believe this embossing folder is carrying over. Okay, so that will fit right inside there. But first we're going to put on a piece of designer series paper on one side of it. And that is going to go right here on this. And it should fit right in there. You won't have any white on around, framed around it. It's going to go right on there. Okay, just like that. And then this is going to go on our card here. Whoops. Somehow I moved that a little bit. Come on. Hi, Elaine. I know, I do too. You can use it for so many different things, and it's easy to make beautiful cards with it. All right, so I am layering this on here. And there will be a little bit of a frame all the way around. All right. And I got sticky glue on my fingers. I am just going to wipe that off. Now I have a piece of basic white that's been die cut. Where did you go? Actually, I don't think I die cut it. All right, we'll do that right now. So I'm going to grab my scallop contour dies, and these are not retiring. These are carrying over. And you guys, I'm sure, know which ones these are. They're one of my favorite, and I'm sure they're like everybody's favorite. All right, I'm going to bring my little boho blue over here. And plates. I believe the boho blue is for sale, or you know, demonstrators or customers can buy it right now. All right, and we need a piece of scrap basic white. And I'm just grabbing that. Oh, here it is. I found the die cut over on my cupboard where I work all the time. Anyways, this is the die, the little die cut, so we don't need to do that. I'll set this back over here. All right, so for this die, we have a piece of designer series paper that is going to fit perfectly inside there. It has weird measurements. It is 3 1/4 this way and 1 15/16 this way. So that means it's like 1 tick from the end, 1 15/16, and we're going to layer that right on there. We have a cow on the hill that had a calf today, and she had trouble. And then my husband helped deliver the calf, but she's not owning the calf. And we're thinking she maybe is sick. We've got to get the vet. Okay, so there's our designer series paper and the die cut. All right, we've got that done. I'm going to bring this over here. And we have another little die cut, and I believe this is from the Mini Pocket die set, and this is not retiring. This is carrying over. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this to the front of the card, and I'm not popping this one up. All right, so we want to center this on the front. Okay. Yeah, that would be great if she does accept it, Margaret. Hopefully she will. Hopefully. Okay, now this is a die cut from the Dainty Delight Bundle. I love these. They're like little Queen Anne's lace. And we're going to just put a dab of glue up here. And this is going to kind of hang off the outside of that. We're going to add another one. Just a little dab. Okay. I'm going to trim these off so they're not hanging down below our little tag that we're going to put on there. All right, now we're going to make some loops with some of that silver trim. And so I'm going to just, let's see, I'm going to put some adhesive right there to stick it to. I'm going to bring that silver lint trim in. And I want the loops to be below the flowers. So we're going to go this way, and that's too high. About like that. And we want this loop down here. And we'll just do the 2 loops up there and 1 loop below. Oops. Okay. Let's fix this. Come on. All right, so now our little tag, we're going to go ahead and add the sentiment on this. And let's stamp Celebrate You, and let's stamp it in Mossy Meadow. There is Celebrate You. Hey, Mom. Okay, we're going to stamp Celebrate You right there. So if some of you ladies that just got on, Stampin' Up! Is having free shipping on Wednesday for orders of $75 or more. And if you would like the kits for these cards tonight, you just need to place an order of $35 or more. You'll get 2 kits for each of the 4 cards. And also, if your order is $50 or more, I will add a package of the Pastel Adhesive-Backed Gems that I'm using tonight. And this is the host code to use. Or if you need help with an order, you can always message me. All right, so let's put some of these on the back here to pop this up. Use that nice long strip there. I'm just going to break that off. Put this on the end. Whoops, straight. And we need one more right here. Okay, so this is going to go right here, Celebrate You. And we're going to trim these little tails here. You don't want them hanging down quite that long. All right, and then we're going to grab those pastel gems, and I'm going to put a few of the pink gems on here. One there, whoops. There like that. Maybe one up there. Nope, I don't like that there. Maybe there. Maybe one down here. Okay, so there is that card. Now for the center of this one, I just put a piece of designer series paper, a 3/4 inch wide strip down the side there. And then I always like to leave mine until I'm sure I know what I want to write in them and who they're going to. Okay, the next card, we're going to use a thick basic white cardstock for the base. Move this stuff out of the way. Turn this over. Okay, so we're going to fold this in half. See, I got a smudge on there, so we'll turn this over and burnish it with a bone folder. All right, so we have a piece of designer series paper that is from the same beautiful paper. This is that Dainty Delight designer series paper. Actually, let me see what the real name is. Yeah, Dainty Flowers designer series paper. Okay, and I've got a piece of that. It is fresh freesia colored with the polka dots. And this is 2 by 5.5. And we're going to layer that on the front. And I'm going in like 1/4 of an inch from the end, from this side. Okay. I have a piece of basic white that is 3.5 by 4 1/4. And I've used a die on it from the hand pen dies, the scalloped die. It's really pretty. And the hand pen dies are retiring. Let me grab them here and show them to you. I know you're under here. Where are you? Here they are. So these are the hand pen dies. The retiring, they were $30. They're now $12. And this is the die that I used. It has beautiful detailed dies in it. Unfortunately, the stamp set is sold out. I don't think that's available, but you could look on eBay to see if you could find it there. Hey, Rosalie. So anyways, I've die cut this edge with that. All right. And then we have another piece of designer series paper to layer on that. That's 3.5 by 4.5. And that is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to that piece of basic white. It has a beautiful starry sky on the back. A nice bright blue. And so there's a wider edge here, a bit of an edge there. All right, so now I have a die cut. It's from the Dainty Daisy die set. And this is the one that you could use to make a wreath. So it's pretty long. And we're going to cut this. I'm going to cut it right here. So I've got 2 pieces now. And I'm going to go ahead and layer this directly on my designer series paper. So I'm going to use the glue because I can get that little dots of glue behind these little leaves here. All right, and that's going to go about like that. And then I also have this one right here. And I'm going to put this one, this isn't going to show because there's going to be a label there. So we're going to layer that on that. I'm just doing those dots of glue. And I want it out here a little bit towards the edge. Yeah, these are really pretty, nice spring colors. And this is sticking to my fingers. All right, so we've got that on there. Now I have another die cut. I have stamped this image from the Dainty Delight set onto a piece of basic white cardstock. And there's a die in the set that die cuts this shape out. All right, and I'm going to color this in. And I'm using Stampin' Blends. And I'm just going to use my dark towards center here. And this is Highland Heather. Dark towards the base, dark towards the center. There's a blossom there, blossom there. This one there. All right, I'm going to bring in my light. Well, I'm going to do the yellow centers first. A little bit of a yellow center there. Now I'm bringing in my light Highland Heather, and I'm going to fill out those flowers. I really should use a bullet tip. Yeah, the paper is beautiful. And actually, I think this is this Highland Heather? Yeah, it is, the light. So I'm just finishing filling in the little blossoms and the flowers with the Highland Heather, the light. And now I'm gonna, oops, there's one we missed. One up here. All right, now I'm gonna take Starry Sky, and I'm gonna just go a little bit around the center with that. A little bit at the base of the little blossoms. A little bit here. Okay, so, and we want to bring this up a little, but not all the way. Want a little bit of that Highland Heather to show through there. And now some Old Olive, and this is the light Old Olive, and I'm just going to do the leaves really fast. And then this will be all set to put on our card. Okay. Isn't that pretty, the dark blue with the lavender? Okay, so this, let's do our tag first. So this tag is from the Pillow Pocket Pillow die set. And that one is retiring. Let me see, mini pocket envelope, no. It is right here. And this makes those little pillow pockets, and it has these different dies in it. It's normally $35, and this is marked down to $20.40. So that is still in the catalog. I checked it, still, or the online store. It's still available. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in Memento, the sentiment. And I'm going to use Celebrate You again. Okay, let's see if that's centered. All right. I'll put this over here. Okay, so I'm going to take my die cut here, and I'm going to cut right around this. I'm going to cut this piece off. And you'll see why. All right, just like that. And this is going to go up layered on my greenery, and we're going to add some dimensionals to it. I'm going to put one up here, and we'll add this one here. I think that should hold it pretty good. All right, so I want this kind of going like that. And then our tag is gonna go right there, and we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of the tag. A little bit there. All right, so this is gonna go centered right like that. And then we're gonna add that little piece that we cut off. This is gonna go on the side here. I'm gonna add that with glue. Celebrate You. And we're gonna adhere this to the front of our card base. Isn't that pretty? All right, so let's add some ribbon. And we're gonna use the gold twine. Here it is. Let's make a little bow. Just like that. Well, thank you. All right, so we could add the bow up here by the flowers. We could put it here. I think I'll do it this way. And I'll cut these down a little bit. Hi, Carol. We need a glue dot. Oh, here they are. I knew I brought them over here. All right, so let's put the glue dot right there. And then we'll add our little gold bow. And then how about some of the brass butterflies? I love these. Oh, let's put one down here, like that. Maybe over a little more. And a couple up this way. Put one there. Let's see. Maybe one over here. So there's our card. It says Celebrate You. And on the inside of this one, I forgot to do it. But you could use designer series paper or whatever on the inside. Okay, the last card. We're going to start with a piece of thick basic white. That's 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to fold that. Move my mess aside here so it's not so distracting. Okay, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, or you can fold it in half, which is what I am doing. and then burnish it. And hopefully I don't have any ink on my fingers. All right, so we have a piece of the Designer Series paper, the Pretty Flowers Designer Series paper. And I can't remember the measurements on this, but it's like the second largest stitched rectangle die. And these also are retiring, unfortunately, because I love these. I use them all the time. All right, so it's this set right here. And I don't think, can't remember if they're marked down or not. Oh yeah, they are. They're usually $35. They're $24.50. So I believe this is the die I used for this. Yep, the second largest die. Okay, and you've got a whole sheet with, I think there's 6 of these. I just love that wreath. And you're going to need a piece of crushed curry cardstock. And where is my crushed curry cardstock? Let me see if I left it over here. Inevitably, something is missing. All right, I'm going to cut another piece of this. I'll tell you what the measurements are. Okay, so the crushed curry cardstock we need to frame that is 3.5 by 4 7/8. So 4 7/8 is right here, and 3.5 inches wide, like this. And this is going to frame that beautiful Designer Series paper. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that onto the crushed curry. Okay. All right. So this will be just a tiny bit of edging around there, like that. And that's too crooked. Oh, I could have, Margaret. I probably did. All right, so now we're going to take a piece of vellum, plain vellum, and this really is what makes this card, one of the things that makes this card so beautiful. All right, and this vellum is 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. And I'm going to take my embossing buddy right here, because we're going to do some heat embossing on this. Just wipe it off, and that helps keep any stray little flecks of the embossing powder from being where they shouldn't be. All right. So I've got Versamark ink here, and I'm going to bring in that large stamp, this one right here. I'm going to stamp just the top part of this, and I'm going to go along this vellum. So we'll put some there. I'm going to move over and go right here. And then I'm going to move over, put some right there. I might want to put a little bit on that top edge, maybe just like that. All right, and I'm going to bring in my embossing tray. And if you don't have one of these sets, I think you would find it very useful. So this is the set here. There's the tray, a brush, and tweezers, and the embossing buddy. And what's nice is you can just dump your powder in here, and then there's a little cap here. You can use that to put it right back into your little jar. All right, and I'm going to set that there for now. So, and while I'm heat embossing, I'm going to use these tweezers to hold it because it gets pretty hot. I'll move this out of the way. I'm going to grab my heat tool. Okay, and you just want to kind of keep it moving. And you'll see it bubble up and turn. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it would be pretty to do a whole card front like that. All right, so we're going to bring our little layers back in. And we're going to set this on the center like this. And I'm just going to fold over the ends. I'm going to grab some tape. Oh, here it is. Nope, it isn't. All right, so I'm going to just gently fold that end over that. And this end over here. Isn't that pretty? Let's slide this back up towards the middle. And I'm just going to tape these down to hold them in place. Just like that. Or you could use tear and tape if you wanted to. So, all right. So now we're going to take a piece of the silver thread or twine, trim, whatever it is. And we're going to wrap it around that. And I'm going to pull it down towards the bottom. We'll tie a bow on this side of it. All right, and it's not going to show, most of it isn't going to show, so I'm not going to worry about it being twisted here. All right. I'm going to slide this over like that. And trim these. Okay, now I have another die cut for our label from the Stitched Rectangle Dies. I can get it. All right, and that's right here. And I'm going to stamp in Starry Sky a sentiment. It's a thank you sentiment from that set. And it says, thank you for your kindness. Stamp's crooked, I think. I just want to make sure. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's a little crooked. I'm going to turn it over. That's better. All right, and whoops, just dropped the ink. This is going to go over this towards the bottom so we still can see some of this beautiful white embossing here. I want to pull these down a little bit. A little too long. And I want to anchor that with a glue dot. All right, so it doesn't move around. All right, so that band is low. The ribbon is low. And now let's get some dimensionals on the back of this. I've got a strip right here I'll use. We'll layer these along here. It came off there. Come on. Okay. Now, before we put this on here, I've got some die cut daisies, and these are from the Dainty Delight dies. I cut the daisies and the centers, and this is crushed curry yellow, and the centers are soft suede, which is retiring, but you can use a different color. And I'm just gonna pop this so it's showing like halfway on the back there. And then we're gonna put our sentiment on here like this. Down lower, but not crooked. Down lower so the vellum shows. Come on. And then let's pop one of the daisies, this one, we're going to pop right here on the front like that. I'm just adding it on with some liquid glue. All right, and I think I'll add a couple of the brass butterflies to this card. And then we're almost done. We just got to layer it onto our card base. So let's see here. Take your pick. Let's put one of these butterflies, I think right here on the vellum. I'll put one up here. Maybe one right here. All right. Now we're going to layer this onto a piece of Starry Sky. And I'll grab that. That kind of makes the yellow pop. I'll go all the way around the edge here. I think this is my favorite of the four. Oh, come on. All right, and then this is going to go on our thick basic white cardstock. Thanks, Margaret. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you for your kindness. And then on the inside for this one, I just did I layered basic white onto the starry sky and used a strip of the designer series paper with a starry sky. So there's that card. And here is, this was the second card we did. This was the third card right here. And this is the first card. So I hope you enjoyed these, and if you want the kits in the PDF tutorial, you can just if you place an order in my online store, $35 or $50, then you can get the kit or the kit and the gems. So don't forget, Wednesday is free shipping. Whoopee! Okay, have a good night, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye.